Yo, what's up guys? My name is GLOCO and welcome back to the letter, guys. Sorry for the delay again. It's been a very busy week for me. Lots of meetings and stuff like that. Couldn't really record anything, but we're back. Okay, we're now in part 9. Now, during the last part, a bit of Filipino drama happened during the party, and turns out Luke might be cheating. And based from our choices, it looks like Hannah is now getting a bit too close to Zachary. I'm not really sure. A lot there's been a lot of shipping wars down in the comment section during the past during the past parts, but the way I see it, it's more of like a mother and son kind of thing. You know, like Hannah is the mother and Zach is the son. Something like that. I don't really ship them that much, but can't really say for now where this relationship is going, but let's see. Alright, here we go. So this is the next day, like right after this is the day after the party. So I wish the same can be said about what I'm about to do. Oh yeah, I think we chose that we're gonna take a break from Luke. Okay, not really a divorce, but a break, a cool down. Okay, I think some relationships do these things. Okay. Simple isn't the adjective I will use to describe the task at hand. Because really, how does one tell their husband that they want to separate and say that, no, this is not a divorce? See? It's a complicated thing, okay? I've experienced this with my girlfriend before, but thankfully, a break or a cool down never happened, alright? You just need to talk it out a bit more, alright? There you go. Why am I even giving love advice? Jesus Christ. Well, not yet, at least. The possibility is there. But still, how am I even to explain that to Luke without him throwing a fit? Okay, how am I even to explain that to Luke without him throwing a freaking fit? Cutting too deeply into my sausages, I opened my mouth to excuse myself. That is, until I spy Luke mashing and stirring his poached eggs with a fork like a petulant child. He has been silent all the while, chin in his hand and elbow resting on the table. I worry that my absence after the debacle may have caused more harm than good.
Luke?
Oh, Luke.
I think we need a bit of a break.
She went in and said it! Oh, God. Okay, Luke, how are you gonna handle this?
You know, some time apart.
At my words, he grows still and silent. I'm not quite sure whether I should be worried or not. Or maybe Luke gets it. I take it as my cue to keep talking.
It's not permanent or anything like that. Just for a while. In a few days, perhaps. I was thinking I can move back into our penthouse in the meantime. But I won't be moving out right away. So that I can help settle everything here. And I haven't even thought of packing yet. And I'll want to ask Johans to assign some of our staff. Unless you want the penthouse anyway. Then I'll stay here instead.
No, you take the penthouse. It'll be easier for you.
So wait, are you okay with this, Luke? What? It isn't supposed to be this easy, isn't it? Is it? Can he really react so aloof to it?
Isn't this to your liking? I imagine that you'd like the space and independence. You'll have the bed and covers to yourself, and you can have whatever you want prepared for meals. You can even have all the wine you want, though I'd rather that you don't.
No, you know what? This is kind of hard for me to see, you know. I think it's kind of like it's a familiar scene in my personal life, you know, a husband and a wife, you know, going through this. It doesn't really look that good. Alright, anyway.
This isn't about that, Hannah. Well, it's partly that, but...
The man stops playing with his food, choosing instead to push the plate aside.
What's wrong, Luke?
He slumps back in his chair and just stops short of putting his feet up on the table. I suspect he's wanting some wine or absinthe by now, but any sort of alcohol is suspiciously absent in his hands.
Aside from that disaster yesterday and you telling me you want a divorce, everything is peachy keen. Well, you want me to start on the letters then? To start the divorce settlements and whatnot?
Yeah, I did not say anything about wanting a divorce.
Will you be seeking ways to throw me out onto the street without a penny to my name?
No, Luke, this isn't a divorce. I just told you this is only temporary. Are you really having a sulk because of what she said yesterday?
I am having a sulk because you believe her.
Well, you didn't really explain yourself too much as well.
You stormed out and now you're asking for us to split up? Soon enough, you'll want to throw me out like I'm a piece of trash.
Do you think I would be this calm if I believed her, Lucille Mitchell, right? Because believe me, if I did, well, it wouldn't be pretty. Besides, I know how you feel about children. It makes her whole statement laughable.
Sure, whatever you say.
His mouth draws into a thin line, and I can't bring myself to comment on his half-hearted reply. To me, the silence that follows feels oppressive. It only emphasizes the wall that has been built up by my obeisance and his hubris, and it looms between us, keeping us apart.
When are you leaving? In a week?
It won't take that long to pack. After All Saints, perhaps? I'll go and inform the staff of this.
So, somewhere in November, I guess. He only nods. And I'll be lying if I said that didn't disappoint me. I expected more resistance. The man could be stubborn as a mule if he wants to be. Perhaps I can leave now just to spite him. But that isn't like me. Even if this does end in a divorce, a thing we both surely wish to avoid, we can still leave on amicable terms. There's no point in making a mountain out of a molehill.
What are you still doing here?
Oh, shut the fuck up. You know what? I'm glad we're taking a break from Luke if he's acting this like a douchebag right now. As he always does, but this is just... God. You know,
just
your relationship
leave.
is breaking already.
You still have some packing to do, don't you?
See what I mean? Jesus Christ, Luke.
Go ahead. I won't stop you.
You know what? I'm kind of impressed though. Kudos to the writer for making a douchebag character like him. You know, you really just want to hate him, so that's good. All right, so go ahead and do nothing. There isn't much to do. It seems whenever I step up to the plate and try to take responsibility for something, perhaps because everything is already being handled by someone hired specifically for that job. And with Johannes overseeing the staff and Luke handling everything else as a whole, that doesn't leave much for me. I can't even take the job of delegation because all it takes is a word to one of the senior staff and everything will be taken care of for me. Rich people. Moving in here a few days ago may have very well been the chore that took the most effort for me. And that didn't take any real effort at all.
Yes, Hannah, go buy a mansion in the middle of nowhere. Good idea. Great plan.
There are no dishes to set aside and busy myself with. Any mess left behind is now nearly non-existent. To sit on a counter while eating cake is supposed to be my next plan. Alas, there isn't even one to finish off, and I don't really know what brought me to the kitchens in the first place. It's not like I'm craving anything else, nor do I have any unfinished business left here. But there's a calling to this room. Speaking of calling, why not do just that? Might as well, since I have nothing else to do. At least that will require some effort on my part. With how cut off from the rest of Luxburn the mansion is, and with how long it was abandoned before we moved in, having a landline is out of the question. The solution's supposed to be our mobiles, though it isn't much considering how spotty the signal is in the area. I'll take a bit of maneuvering to get even a single bar as it is. Wow, it's pretty inconvenient in a way. It takes a bit as I said it would. I have to park my rear on one of the cold drawers, but that suits me just fine. Another matter that needs my effort is who to call. She who must not be named is certainly off the list. Haha, Rochelle. Alright. That doesn't leave much in the category of close friends who attended the party, along with the category of who else is awake at this early hour. But soon enough I manage and the call goes through.
Hello, Rebecca Gales here.
Oh, Becky!
Who's this?
Good morning, Becky.
Hannah? Oh wait, how did you get my number?
You responded to your RSVP through the phone. It's all saved in here, of course. I thought I'd like to say hi and make plans and get together sometime. Also, I'd love to hear news about your mother and father and about you, my dear. Oh, I hope I didn't wake you up.
Oh, you're good. It's sports day at school today, so I was just prepping for that.
Oh, yeah,
Figures
she's a
that you'd be a
teacher.
teacher as well. I'm sure your students must absolutely adore you.
Don't know about that.
Mathematics?
History, actually.
Ooh.
Anyway, it's real nice to know you've got my number. I was going to ask for yours because Mom wanted to keep in touch.
You could have asked, silly girl. I would have gladly given it to you.
Couldn't, though, because, well, the thing that happened. But really am sorry, though. I gotta run. School, schedule, stuff. Is there anything else you want to say? Don't want to use the mobile while driving.
Oh, of course, of course. I shouldn't keep you. But I wanted to thank you for your company yesterday.
Not a problem.
I was hoping you could thank Zachary on my behalf as well. He was really kind and wonderful.
Well, you can tell him that yourself if you want. I can give you his number.
Oh, no, I don't want to be a bother. Intruding on his privacy.
Pretty sure he'd be fine with it. If you two are on a first-name basis and all. So his number, right, it's...
The call starts to go static, much to my frustration. Really? You gotta pop up on the weirdest situation, huh? At this early in the morning, you ghost bitch. A strange clicking noise drowns out most of her words too. I can barely understand what she's saying.
78760304.
Ah, that's... Ugh. And the line completely dies. I can feel a headache coming along. It's just building up, starting from a light throbbing on one side of my head. The static is gone, and that helps a lot. But there is still that incessant, horrible clicking. Again, and again, and again. Which doesn't make sense. The mobile's turned off, isn't it? And if it isn't coming from the phone, then where? Looking about, I can't help but let my eyes be drawn to the hatch, leading into the wine cellar once more. That's when the clicking stops, and I can hear that crying. That familiar crying from before. What happened the other day when I was told that nobody should have been down there? I tried to forget it because of how it unsettled me so. One can hardly do that when I'm looking at the very thing I'm trying to forget. Somebody is crying down there again. But if I leave it alone, it simply won't stop bothering me for the rest of the day. They might have forgotten to lock it, with the party going on.
This again!
She's actually angry instead of scared.
If somebody is pulling my leg, I will not be happy.
Oh god, you actually opened it! Oh my god, Hannah! Oh my fucking god, Hannah. Jesus Christ. Oh god, I hope this turns out well, I'm pretty sure it won't, but I hope the best thing would happen. Well, true enough, all it takes is a bit of a pull to open the hatch. As I look down to the cellar, a sense of uneasiness washes over me. It isn't just a sudden onset of vertigo and nausea, but also the darkness. It's suffocating. And as I look down, it feels as if it's looking back at me. I worry that something will suddenly pull me into the deep. The cries drown beneath the shrieks and start echoing in my head, high and shrill like nails being dragged across a chalkboard. They're all screaming, shouting at me. And I can just feel her rage. Help me. She wants to drown me, drag me down and crush me in the very depth of darkness until there is nothing left of me. The deep abyss waits for me. For my death. They're all calling for it. This is a nightmare. There's a rope around my neck and I can feel the rest of me being torn apart. Oh god, Hannah! And they're still screaming. I'm screaming, though it is not my voice that escapes my lips. It claws through, climbing up and forcing its way up my throat like putrid bile. I choke and gag, yet I scream and shriek all at the same time. And I am me, but not me. Oh god, no, no, no. What is up? What is up? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Resist the ghost. Oh shit. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, oh god. Oh god, oh god. See? Oh my fucking god. Did I do it? Oh. It pushes me down to my knees before I'm prone and vulnerable on my stomach. It makes me tumble and I can just feel my whole body seizing within, writhing on the floor. Everything and nothing hurts. It feels like I'm on the verge of death. And if I'm not dying, I really wish I actually am.
Hana? Hana, what is going on in here?
Oh god, Luke, help me.
Why are you?
Prince!
Prince? Seeing Luke, something snaps back and I'm able to take a gasp of my own air on my own volition for the first time in what felt like centuries. I would have rejoiced and cried for his name if the pain still did not rack my body. Instead, all I can do is stare listlessly as he comes to my side and lifts me up, cradling me in his arms. He tries to get me to my feet, perhaps to take me out of here, but all he's able to do is to get me to sit, make sure I'm not thrashing on the floor. I can still feel my muscles spasms, limbs jerking like a puppet on a string. Luke holds me tight and keeps me still, so that I do not hurt myself anymore. Whatever it is that happened, it has my mind feeling frayed and battered. Eventually, the pain dies down into a dull ache, and my own tongue stops feeling like cotton. It's only now that I can feel the wetness on my cheeks, tears streaking down my face. A coughing racks my body now that I don't feel like choking, and it just all feels so horrible. But I don't care. I don't care.
Please!
What happened here? Who did this to you?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Shh, it's alright. You're safe now, Hana. You're safe now.
Oh, poor Hannah. Damn! I'm glad she's not dead. Jesus Christ. Whew! Crisis averted, I think. Hey, what's happening now? ... Zachary. Oh, we're now in a new chapter! We're now in Zachary. Wow, we're done with chapter 2 and with Hannah still alive. Fuck yeah! The pleasant aroma hits me long before I cross the threshold. Faint but light and warm. A reminder of what home is. Pa's stern but commending gaze. Ma's tender smiles. The sunlight filtering through the eaves in the morning. And the distinct smell of cinnamon and vanilla as it drifts through the air every time something cooks from the room. The room. Our room. Ma and Pa's pride and joy. My sister and I too eventually, but we ain't allowed there. Not yet. Not until we're taller or older. Not until we've learned how to take care of ourselves and not burn our hands or reach the cupboards without having to be lifted.
But a little peek wouldn't hurt, yeah?
Hell yeah, Zachary. The floorboards are cold under my feet more than it usually is. The walls more forbidding than what I'm used to. Farther and farther, the room goes. Mass singing ceases, and Pa...
No, please wait.
Oh wait, shit, what happened? Oh god, what?
I'll be good. I'll sleep on time. Don't go.
I can't hear Pa. Not above the raucous clanging and the deafening roar of gunshots, nor the screams replacing the comforting soft melodies. Oh shit. Oh damn, Zach. There is only the blinding fear. When my foot slips, the red sea that catches me is bitter and frigid, but the blood that drips in my hand is warm. 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 It ain't my blood. The walls tumble and everything goes quiet. It takes a few moments for everything to fall into place, for my eyes to adjust to the relative darkness of the room. Despite the pleasant chill the AC brings, my shirt is clinging tightly to me, and my blanket a tangled mess around my throat. Morning has not even arrived, and yet...
Way too early for this thing, man.
Jesus. And too long. Too long since the last time I've woken up drenched in my own sweat, head littered with thoughts that are gone as soon as my eyes open. All too often, only imprints and brief images are left to haunt me for the rest of the day or until my mind forgets about it. Egad, whichever comes first. Yet, vivid or not, what little I can remember does not matter. Regardless, the desperation sticks, clawing up, pushing, urging me to relieve every moment, every sensation, and... There's a twinkle in Ma's eyes when she looks up from her work, floor dusting her nose and cheeks. The scent of freshly baked bread wafts from the oven as soon as Pa opens it, and the homely fragrance of honey fills the room. She reaches up to wipe the small beads of sweat away from his forehead before gesturing for me to come closer the moment he spots me on my little hiding place behind the door. I expected him to be angry, but his pat on my back when I come within his arm's reach is encouraging enough. We'll have to taste this first before we put it up for sale tomorrow. You up for it, little man? Is it good enough? A knock cuts through the air before I can answer. Sharp, heavy, demanding, familiar. So distantly familiar. Ma ushers me out of the kitchen when Pa moves to answer it. But I know what waits outside. The taste of blood in my mouth ends an unpleasant churning in my gut. Ma's apron crinkles under my tight grip. Something snaps back into place. My bed remains in an utter disarray. The walls still need a new paint job, and the wall clock ticking opposite my bed is as unsettling as ever. Ash is right. I should have already replaced that when I had the chance.
You're no longer there, Zachary. Here and there are miles apart. Calm down. Breathe.
The pressure of my own fingers against my temple is a welcome sensation over the anxiety gripping me. It never really did anything to stave off the headache, sure to follow after this before, but it grounds me. A little reminder that I am safe, away from the place I once called home, from Ma and Pa's. The urgency with each rap that follows finally chases away the ghosts threatening to hang around. Why anyone thinks it's a good idea to knock at someone else's door this late confuses me. Nana will chase them all away with a broom if she was here. But no matter, it's a welcome break from the thought about to take a morbid turn if left festering. It's probably just Ash anyway, looking for a place to crash. Looking for a place to crash. Wonder if one wonders why he's bothering with the courtesy when he never did so before. Even with that hunch, though, habit compels me to check who it is first through the peephole. Better they safe than sorry, they say. Except the person that greets me on the other side ain't him. Unless his hair grew longer overnight and he started wearing a ponytail, of course, which I highly doubt will happen anytime soon, no matter how funny that looks in my head. Isabella? Ponytail? I waste no time opening the hatches.
Isabella.
Latches. Oh,
It's
fuck,
late.
Isabella, it's you! You're fucking alive! Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, God, our little Pinoy girl is still alive. Okay, the last time we ended chapter 1 with her scrolling around the office because she was getting chased by that grudge girl. Yeah, that fucking bitch is all over the place. So wait, what day is it? What day is it? What day is it? It's October... What? It's October 17th? No? You know what? Anyway, there's something I can't quite pinpoint in her eyes when she looks up. Her face a pallid shade, shoulders tense, breathing heavy, and uncontrollable shaking in her hands she's trying to hold back. Hide if I don't know any better.
Hey, Zach. Sorry, I know it's weird for me to show up at this hour, but you are the closest to my office, and...
I think this was around October 22 or 23. I should really pay attention to the dates. Because this is Zach's Zach's perspective now. So every time you change the chapter, you go back in time towards where the incident all happens for that character, or where everything develops, or something like that. Okay.
No, 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 no. It's perfectly fine. I'm not really working on anything right now. Do you want to come in?
Is it all right? I know you should be sleeping at this hour, but I thought... I'm sorry, I just thought...
I have no idea why I went here.
My feet just moved on their own after I got out of the office, and... Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. She's really shook up. She trails off, her voice lost in the muggy night air. I wait for her to say more, but instead her only response is a downward shift of her gaze, back to her still trembling hands, as if the motion alone is enough of an explanation. A minuscule gesture. Easy to miss if one is not paying attention. But for someone who has seen the same expression on the mirror, done the same thing too many times when night terrors are inevitable, it is not.
Hey, don't worry about it. At least you not. Ash just barges in and crashes on the couch whenever he feels like it. I swear that guy is one fine hairline away from being a criminal. Besides, you already know you can count on me whenever.
Yeah. Without waiting for her answer, I step away from the door and saunter over the kitchenette. For a few good seconds, only the clinking of the plates can be heard above the constant tick-tock. Late as it may be for a snack, the familiar motions keep me occupied, steering my mind away from dangerous thoughts. Isabella's company is not unwelcome either. Whatever her reasons for showing up here at such an hour doesn't matter. I'll be damned if I just turn her away, frazzled as she is. The door clicks shut behind her when she finally enters, feet scuffling softly against the tiled floor. In all the years I've known her, she has never once lost her ever upbeat spirit. Yet in this particular moment, as she stands in my doorway, holding her arms close to herself, it's as if I'm looking at someone completely withdrawn from the person I've come to know all these years.
Do you want to drink or eat anything? I haven't restocked my food stash yet, so ingredients may be a bit limited. But I'm sure I can whip something up with what I have here.
Just water will do, please. Thanks, Zach.
Oh, poor Isabella, I just want to pat her head and give her a hug.
What? No additional food requests? That's new. I'll put something together for you anyway. Feel free to make yourself at home. You ain't exactly a new visitor here. Although my room's not at its most presentable right now. Sorry, new freelance gigs and such. Didn't have time to fix things up here lately.
It's okay. I don't mind.
Usually, she'd have something more to say about that. A quip, a witty remark to provoke a laughter or two. Nothing from her this time. Only a weak smile before she takes a seat on the couch, and the silence that stretches out until what we left hanging feels disconcerting. Before everything turns stifling and awkward, I continue talking if only to keep the dead air at bay. How's one supposed to keep a conversation going when the person you're talking to is like this?
Anyway, gigs.
Gigs?
Can you believe this one client we got? Boss had all my schedule shoots shifted after they caught wind of this couple buying a new property. Man, must be nice to have all the money in the world. The world itself moves for you, huh?
She's curled up on one side of the couch and hugging her knees close when I bring the tray carrying the sandwiches and the water she requested. She starts to straighten up as I'm unloading the contents, but pauses as soon as I hold up my hand in a halting gesture.
You're a guest. Didn't I say you're free to make yourself at home? Here's your water. Careful.
The tremor in her hands, though lighter now, still hasn't subsided when she reaches out for her glass. I give her a questioning look, but she is quick to avert her eyes, keeping herself occupied by taking small gulps of water. Or maybe she just doesn't want me asking questions. Worrying. This sudden loss for words, this bout of quiet not normally present in our chats, even though the creaking of the old chair when I casually take the seat is a welcome break. Although the company's familiar, this has gone way past unnerving.
What happened? Overtime at work?
She doesn't answer immediately. Another gulp drains her glass of its remaining contents. One would think it will be enough to help her recover, yet she does not lose her taut grip on the glass as she cradles it on her lap. Her eyes take an unfocused gaze when she speaks again.
Yeah. boss handed me extra work today. After what happened to Rose.
Oh yeah, fucking Rose though.
Rose. Why do I feel like you've mentioned her before?
Wait, what? You don't remember Rose, Zach?
Sorry, I'm better with remembering faces than names.
She was my coworker. That will take some getting used to. I was just talking to her the other day.
Was? Did she resign or something? I think I'm missing a few details here, Bella.
Did you not see the news, Zach?
You've never met her. I think I did mention her once or twice.
Oh, I see.
It doesn't matter. You probably heard her name recently from the news than me.
Something clicks then. A little memory from the night before. The bright red light from the dark room, the strong odor of the stop bath, the television's barely audible murmur in the background, and a glimpse of a bloody room. Ah, the news is everywhere, even the morning that follows. I just didn't think its effects will strike someone this close to me.
Oh, damn. I didn't mean to bring that up.
No, like I said, it'll take some getting used to, but it'll get better. I hope it will. Things might become a little busier for me, though. She left a lot of things unfinished, and I'm one of the few people in the office who knows how she works. Boss thinks the transition will be easier if I handle it.
That explains it. Well, just don't forget you still need rest. Even the most hard-working people I know don't keep hours as late as this. Hell, the subway stopped running hours ago. Crime rate might be lower here than most places, but that doesn't mean you can walk around freely in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah.
It's just for today.
Still a good thing you dropped by here first. I'm not just about to let you walk out here alone, especially not in the middle of the night. Who knows what else could happen? I'm not saying you should go right now, but I could accompany you home if you...
No! Wait, please!
Oh, she doesn't even want to go home. The vehement tension in her voice makes me pause, and it is in this instant the mask she's been keeping up falls apart, if only for a short while. Right then and there, I understood what's hiding behind her unfocused stare from the moment she arrived. Fear. Pure, unadulterated fear. It's disturbing to see such marrying her usual upbeat countenance. With a sigh, I cross the small distance separating us and kneel in front of her. She doesn't flinch when I do so. However, the way she appears to make herself smaller against the couch is telling enough.
Bella, this ain't just about your coworker, is it? What is it really about? I'm all ears.
The sound of glass shattering through the air as soon as her hold on it loosens. In the span of a few seconds, her breathing grows labored.
I don't know anymore.
She claps her hands over her ears, pressing it tightly against the sides of her head. Poor Bella. Her voice grows weaker with each word, each plea coming out of her mouth.
Please don't leave me alone. I don't want to be alone right now. I can't shake it off. Everywhere's not safe and...
Alright, Isabella. Look at me.
My hands are firm on her shoulder when I pull her up to look at me. It takes every force of will to ignore the terror in her eyes in favor of taking control of the situation. Too close, too similar.
Breathe. You're safe here. Inhale, hold, exhale. Stay in the present. I'm here. No one's gonna hurt you. Do you want to talk about it?
The force with which she shakes her head is enough reason to drop the topic altogether.
No more. Please, no more. I don't want to remember anymore.
Kate, no more talking. I won't ask anymore. Can I get you anything? Another glass of water? I think I have a tub of that pistachio ice cream you love so much. We're gonna have to clean this mess first. Will you be fine on your own for a little while?
She nods slightly before retreating into herself again. No more words are exchanged after that, and I take that as my cue to start cleaning the shards littering the floor before either one of us get hurt. The quiet hum of the AC is a pleasant distraction as I go over the menial task, more so than her ragged draws of breath on or my little feeble attempt to tell her a quick story or two. But the latter does not trick. And soon enough, she has already drifted off by the time I return with the promised glass of water, her chest rising and falling in a steady rhythm, the strain on her shoulders gone. Frankly, I've never seen her this still. She mumbles something I don't quite catch when I carry her to the empty bed and hugs herself tighter against the mess of blankets. In spite of the fact that she appears relaxed, the small frown on her face hasn't quite disappeared. Whatever happened to her won't be leaving her anytime soon. But for her sake, I hope it won't stay long with her. Because no matter what promises I've made, this is a kind of fear no person could shield her from. I should know. There are still questions left to be unanswered. Left to be answered. But the late hour, coupled with the sudden exhaustion, made my old couch a more comfortable bed than it typically is. Alright. We're in October 25. Darkness immediately welcomes me as soon as my head hits my makeshift pillow. I can only wish the dreams will keep at a distance for now. For both of us. October 25, Tuesday. It's a new day! Yay! Alright! Alright, that's quite annoying. The first few notes, while muffled, are enough to wake me. In the end, it became one of those nights when sleep passes like a blink and is plagued with vague, fuzzy thoughts. I lift a hand to rub away the drowsiness from my eyes, although it does little to relieve the gritty, burning sensation from my eyelids. Outside, the sun has yet to peek over the horizon, but night has already given way to the cool morning light, washing everything in subtle gray hues. At this hour, the entire city remains unsteering. Ordinarily, waking up before my own alarm means abusing the snooze button. Twice or thrice just to catch those precious few extra minutes of sleep. Yep, I do that all the time, raping the snooze button. But the persistent ringing makes it impossible now.
This better be good.
Oh, this better be good. Oh, Zachary with a sexy voice after waking up in the morning. Ugh. Groggily, I scramble for the bag sitting in the front of the bed. The ringing still hasn't stopped even as I finish the phone out, and Ashton's name flashes brightly on the screen when I turn it on. Hey, Ashton, what the fuck? Must be pretty urgent if he hasn't dropped the call yet.
Took you long enough, Z-Man.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Ashton, it's 6 in the morning. Sun hasn't even risen. Hell, my brain ain't even awake yet.
Yeah, what do you call this then? Okay, this bright channel, you know what, forget it.
Stop calling me Z-Man.
It's 20 past 6, Zach.
You want to talk? Give me back my 5 extra minutes, Ash. I want my sleep.
Hey, don't make fun of me. I can be a more person too if I want to.
What's this all really about? You don't usually make calls around this hour. Is the world ending today?
Sorry about that. Becca rang me up a few minutes ago looking for Isabella. Said she didn't show up in her own apartment last night. We both tried calling, but her phone seems to be off. Do you have any idea where...
I should have known you two would come looking for her first thing in the morning.
Not a laughing matter, Zach. You can't really let your guard down with everything that's happened here recently. You've heard about the Cooper woman from the news. Everyone in the precinct has been restless ever since the incident the other day.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Listen, Ash, about Bella.
I let my voice trail off, unsure of how to go about recounting last night. If I should even say anything to him, he might be a close friend, but at the end of the day, whatever's bothering her ain't mine to speak of in the first place. On the bed, Isabella remains as still as when I transferred her the night before. Sometime during her sleep, she pulls up a blanket over herself and tucked into it comfortably. Like this, it's easy to forget the horror in her eyes, or how much her hands and lips trembled. Save for her firm grip on the edge of the covers, she appears nearly as normal as she would any other day. Almost.
I'm not really sure how to go about this while being...
Zach, what about her?
Something. The worry, the concern must have surfaced in my tone because his own shifts then. Carefully as if he's preparing for the worst.
Look, you don't have to worry about her. She's with me right now. Since last night, in fact.
Oh, why didn't you just say so earlier?
She kinda knocked in the middle of the night. I couldn't possibly wake you two over that. And with how things are when she arrived, I thought it'd be best if I let her rest first. I just wasn't expecting people would be looking for her before the rooster even crows.
You could have at least called her something. Becca's beside herself with worry when she found out. You know how much she frets about the smallest stuff.
I know. I'm sorry. That was a lapse on my part. And I just didn't think, okay, you know what? Rebecca's worries ain't completely baseless. Isabella hasn't been her usual self since the movie. Maybe even before that. I don't know if I should be opening my mouth about this, but Bella didn't outright say I shouldn't, so...
So something's wrong then?
Yeah, of course, dude.
I'm not quite sure, to be completely honest. I couldn't get the story out of her.
Really? I thought you'd learned something from me by now.
That's not it. Ash, when she appeared at my doorstep last night, she was shaking, and when I tried to ask her about it, she just panicked. Had this frightened look on her face. I'd be surprised if this was the first time I've seen it, but it ain't. Dude, the first time, she was screaming.
First time? When was this? You weren't talking about the thing in the movie house, are you? Because that was just us fooling around. Granted, I think I went overboard with the joke, but...
No, it happened the day after. When she invited us to lunch, you weren't there.
Oh yeah, the incident with the window shopping thing.
We were walking one second, and then the next, she's crying out. I'll be straight with you. That scared me shitless.
It bothered him if the way he falls silent after his telling. But whatever his opinion is stays absent from his voice when he speaks again. He's always been good with that, hiding what he thinks.
Did she say anything else?
Nothing. Won't tell me anything aside from a few vague words. I didn't want to push it.
Where is she? Is she still sleeping?
Right here with me, still sleeping. Should I wake her up or something? Let her know you guys are looking for her?
No need. Let her rest. I'll drop by in a few.
Today? Don't you have work at this time? I mean, I can drop her off home myself before meeting my client later.
Look who's talking.
My schedule's flexible, Ash. Last time I checked, you're the one who didn't have that luxury. How on earth do you think I'm able to tag along when you need me?
It's not completely out of the way.
They live on the other side of the town from you, Ash. Your definition of out of the way is a little screwed up, you know.
It's fine. I have some things I need to do anyway. I'll call you back. I've got to let Becca know that Scared Cat's fine. Bye.
He drops the call before I can even get a word in, and for several minutes after I find myself simply listening as the rest of Luxburn rouses. The increasing sound of passing traffic, the bustle of the nearby shops preparing for the day, and the growing clamor of the people while they go about their morning. Not the most soothing sounds to hear following a troubled night, but the routine puts me at ease nevertheless. What's comforting, what's safe, what I'm used to. Nearby, Isabella shifts but doesn't wake, blissfully unaware as the city slowly stares itself back to life. Was her night as restless as the one I had? Were her dreams as lucid? In hushed moments like this, I envy her. Unreasonable, probably a little unfair to say such in light of last night. If only forgetting is as easy as breathing. A small yawn escapes me when I rise from the couch to stretch. Luckily, the short conversation with Ash has effectively driven away any will to go back to bed. I still have a day to get through despite the proverbial ghost hanging around. The orange bottle sitting at the edge of my table is reassuring against my palm. The instant I pick it up, the sterile odor of the capsules equally so. Yet the weight they carry is something I've never gotten used to. Years ago, I'd spend minutes, heck, even hours staring at a single pill prior to taking one in. Now it's just routine, a way to stave off the unwanted nightly visits. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a pill to ward off the nightmares or something? I'm not really sure. Although I don't think Dr. Navarro will be quite pleased if he ever finds out I'm relying on them again. I do owe him a visit regardless, especially after missing our appointments on purpose and ignoring his calls for weeks. Another sigh comes out, tired and weary, and then I pop the tablet into my mouth.
Zach? What time is it?
The bottle in my hand hits the table with more force than necessary. As much as I trust my friends, there are some things I'd rather keep to myself.
Morning, Bella. Did you sleep well?
Okay, she answers the question with a long drawn-out yawn, one reminiscent of a child. A chuckle manages to come out of my mouth at the sight. In this manner, it's easy to mistake her for someone too young for responsibilities. Inexperienced and immature even. Easy to forget she was thrust into the role of an adult earlier than her own dreams can afford, to overlook how surprisingly observant she can be at times. Maybe not on the same level Ash exercises for his investigations or Rebecca needs for her own work, but it's certainly enough to deftly put what she sees around her on canvas. And if the way her eyes flickers to the table and my hand says something, it is what I won't be able to avoid the questions this time.
Only a little. I don't remember how I ended up on the bed, though.
My doing. You didn't look very comfortable sleeping on the couch, all hunched up like that.
It would have been enough for something temporary. Sorry I stole your bed.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Besides, what kind of gentleman would I be if I leave a lady sleeping in such uncomfortable conditions? Not in this house. My nana will give me a tough scolding if I ever did that, I'm telling you.
Thanks a lot, Zach. I know I barged in at a very inconvenient time last night. I wasn't really thinking when I did, and...
Hey, it's cool, Bella. I ain't mad at you. That's what friends do. You guys are welcome here anytime. Although Ashton abuses the anytime part a lot, I don't really mind. We might have less wiggle room if all four of us are present, considering the size of this place. But as long as no one makes anything explode, it's totally fine.
Fine or not, I still owe you one for last night's trouble, especially since you don't seem to be...
A concerned expression passes over her features as she spares another cursory glance over the table, back to the bottle holding every small piece of what keeps the bad memories at bay. The blood blooming over Pa's heart, the horrified look on Ma's face as she watches him fall lifeless to the ground, and every ounce of spite seeping from the stranger's smile. Oh shit, what happened to his parents? Looks like a murder incident. But pretty obvious it's a murder incident, but damn, I want more details. You don't belong here. You monkeys don't belong. Oh shit. A racial thing. That's why he made that movie. It never stops, doesn't it?
Well, you don't seem to be feeling well. Let me know, okay? I'll make it up to you somehow.
She makes a slight gesture with her head towards the bottle, asking a question without really asking. Subtlety has never been one of her greatest assets, but right now, even Ash would have been a little amazed, if not at loss for words at that. She has left it up to me whether I'll ever give her the response she wants to hear or not. A little clever coming from her, if anyone would ask me. Oh shit. Actually, I want more details, you know? I want to know more. I actually want to know more. And we will find out what I'm gonna choose next time in the next episode. Oh god, yeah, I'm gonna end this episode here in the choices. But you know, what do you think should I choose? Actually, I already know what I'm gonna choose. Okay, but still, feel free to leave in the comments, you know, your choice and why you will choose, you know, that choice. Why will you play it off? Why will you tell the truth? Let me know in the comments, guys. All right. But before we end this episode, let's take a look at Zach's profile. Okay. All right. Here we go. Zachary Zach Steele. Birthday is March 20th. A Pisces. He's 31 years old. Whoa. Whoa. And Hannah is around 31 years old. Okay. Actually, they're not that far apart. Oh god. Okay, I kind of feel so young now. Alright, anyway, so they're pretty much in the same age then. So forget what I said about Hannah being the mother and Zachary being like a son. God, all this time I thought they were like 20 or 22 or 23, like on my age. Oh well. So his occupation, a freelance photographer, nationality, American, religion, agnostic, just like me. What is Hannah's religion? Anglican? I'm like, okay. So education, diploma in digital film. Likes pie, photography and filmography, documentaries, cooking, acoustic guitar, And video games! Hell yeah, Zach! He's a gamer like us. Alright, so before his parents' death... Oh, parents, so both of his parents died. He lived in New Jersey, while his family owned a dinner and bakery. Shut up, GLOCO, that's being cringy. He and his older sister were orphaned due to a hate crime, and they were forced to move to England, where their grandparents lived. Holy shit. Hate crime. Murder. Jesus Christ. Oh. Alright, so he has an older sister. Alright. He had loved cooking and helped out with their old diner, but grew lazy and disinterested after the incident. It did not help that he was one of the few blacks in a predominantly white community at the time. His passion for the visual arts was sparked when he found old Polaroids and home videos of his parents. Freelancing helped pay his rent, but the man had long set his sights on the indie film scene. It was during the creation of his first documentary that a robbery occurred, and Ashton was there to investigate. Being in the wrong place at the wrong time led to Zachary being placed as a suspect, but the rookie detective helped him clear his name. God damn. Alright. Zach's been through a lot then. Whew. Alright. Interesting backstory, Zachary Zach Steele, and we still need more details about this. Okay, hopefully we'll find out in the next episode. Who knows? All right, again, thank you so much, guys, for watching this episode or playing with me and experiencing this with me. I really appreciate it. Again, I'm sorry for all the delays in uploading the parts. I'll upload as frequently as I can for the letter. I'm loving this series. I really love it. And for those still wondering if you guys should buy this game and experience your own story yourself, do it. Play it, buy it on Steam. Come on, buy it. You don't know what you're missing, guys. I'll see you guys again in the next episode. Bye bye.